Good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time some Doctor News. News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on a strange, weird, typical, geographical, physical, astronomical level that could only make you wonder, is there life out there in the universe? And other deep ponderings like that. But, alright, let's get into it, shall we? Because I had a lot backed up over the weekend that I want to go ahead and share with you. Now, first off here, Jodie Whittaker was, of course, in London yesterday. And this fellow over here, John Denny TV on YouTube, has picked up videos of when she arrived and after she left, going down, talking to people in the autograph line and stuff like that. Matter of fact, one of these days I ought to hold a contest on if you can spot the dealers. You see, the only thing that upsets me is it just breaks my heart. Fans are out there to actually meet the doctor, and then you got these parasites, pariahs, and leeches, autograph dealers or people they hire to go in there and clog up the line so they can get a free autograph to sell on eBay. And it's like people are like, you can't tell me this is just going on. No, this has been going on a long time. Matter of fact, maybe some of you may have noticed I have an autograph picture of Jodie Whittaker up here in the background. And the same day a friend of mine got me that. And by the way, he didn't charge me. He did it as a friend because he knew there's no way in hell I'm ever going to get to meet her in the near future. So that's almost that same, type of photo was going around on eBay that day. And this was like her first appearance, major appearance after being announced. It was outside BBC Radio 2. And they were already on eBay that night at £100 or more apiece. And they did the same thing with Capaldi and all that, taking advantage of the man's generosity towards the fans to go out and make a buck. And it just pisses me off, though, because it's not a personal thing. It's the fact that they're screwing over all you, the fans. Because that's why you're paying so much for autos now at cons, is because of these jackals. So, I ought to do that one of these days, have a little thing, spot the dealer. So here's the two videos of that from this channel here, John Denny TV. Go give him some love, because it takes quite a bit of effort, to go out, stand out in the weather and do this, all right? Karen Gillan appeared on Larry King a few days ago talking about Jumanji, moving to America, Doctor Who, and various other things. It's always fun watching Karen do an interview. This is just under 12 minutes long. Please go check it out. Moving along. Okay, now according to her, Johnny Depp was going to star in a Doctor Who film, says Karen Gillan, but were the BBC going to let that happen? No way. Now here's the thing, though. If the BBC decided to, I remember back when this was first announced, it was back during the Moffat era, and Moffat stamped his feet and said, no, it's not going to happen. And I'm like, if the BBC gives the rights to a production company and says you can go make a movie, there was little or nothing he can say about it. He can pitch a fit, but if he's under contract and decides to walk over it, congratulations, you're in breach of contract. They can sue you and basically take back all the money they paid you. But that's a whole different thing. It never came to fruition. It never actually happened. So she also explained there were some things, that, she regretted, like there were scenes she could have done better on Doctor Who and things like that. So that's what they meant by, few regrets about her time on Doctor Who. It's just there were scenes she felt she could have done better, basically. All right, TARDIS, of course, as we've been talking about, the interior has been undergoing some minor changes. And what happens is, you have to remember, R. Will Wynne Jones went over to do Dracula, if I remember right. So it was another fella stepped in this season, and I'm sorry I can't remember the name. I'll pick it up for you somewhere. I know what it is, I just can't remember it off the top of my head. Damn. Okay, but you'll notice they've done some lighting here on the arch, the little arch columns here, the ones that go up and down while the thing's moving. Also, if you look around, there's the stairs and there's that new interior door that they're hoping is actually going to go somewhere. They've apparently I've heard they've raised the roof and actually moved the walls outward to give the room a bit more space and a larger, appearance. Here we go. The new roof segment, which includes a second crystal pointing towards the central column, was added for the new series. So check this out up here. That's almost like they're going for an upper-lower column effect. Also, from what I've heard, this lighting's been changed a bit to make it brighter in there. So hopefully we'll see a bit more of it this season. It's just that's one thing I didn't like about the new interior. It was just too dark. But, okay, it says here, Dav worked with Arwell last year. There it is. David Schirmer, I'm probably butchering it to death, took over from R. Wynne Jones, who went over to do Dracula. All right, now here's my wish list of things that I'd like to keep evolving the TARDIS, Jimnal said. And it's just great. Now, they've added bits and bobs here and there, But if you want to go check this out, see, of course, though the biscuit dispenser is still there. That's invaluable. That can't go. Check this out if you want. This is their take on it. And if you go over to Cult Box, they did their own little rundown of the various changes of their own. So if you want to go over there, compare, what they saw, what they didn't see with, versus Radio Times, that's up to you. Be sure to go check it out. Moving forward. Now, that's what I love. Anjali, Mohindra, and Laura Fraser to guest star Doctor. Like, duh. We've known about Anjali Mahindra for weeks. Laura Fraser, I could have swore we've mentioned her before. I just can't remember when. Here we go about it. Here's some stuff about it. Now, there's a theory that she's playing Mary Shelley. But like I said, I want to see that in writing before I go nuts over it. And of course, we know she's going to be in the Queen Skithra episode. Anjali Mahindra is. All right, John Simm will return as Doctor's Master and a new epic story from Big Finish. And they're referring to the Masterful box set, which will also feature Michelle Gomez, Derek Jacobi, and many, many more. They're also bringing in somebody to play the Teenage Master from the Titan comics, apparently. So it's kind of like one big tie-off. The only person that's missing, though, is the guy who's been playing him in the first Doctor, second Doctor adventures, who isn't doing such a bad job that I've listened to one or two of those. Okay, now over here on Newsweek, they're talking about the infamous chaos in Cardiff, and sadly I fell for it as well. I'm not joking. I was getting, sources of mine were contacting me like mad. I had like 5 different people on that, and if you saw the live stream, I had to turn my binger off of my notifications because my board was going nuts. But apparently, this turned out to be 100% pure grade A bullcrap. They address this in this article, and it's a really, really informative, really well done, type interview style thing. So this features, Chris Chibnall, Jodie Whittaker, Vandip Gill, and Toss and Cole all having their little talk about that, as well as various other things. And they also talk about WhatsApp groups. Now, I've known about the fact that, the only online presence I think that Jodie has is on WhatsApp, and good luck finding it. All right, this is about Masterful again. If you want to go pre-order it and all that right here, boom, here you go on Big Finish. Stephen Moffat has theatrical plans, Sherlock signing, and he was doing a Sherlock signing with Sue Vertue over at Forbidden Planet. So, of course, that's his wife, so, duh. So he's talking about all this stuff there. Be sure to go check it out if you're interested in the future plans of the monster and some other things he's doing there. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, he's signing some Sherlock stuff there. Check it out. Cool. And lastly for today, now remember, please, this is the Mirror, okay? Remember, this is the Mirror. They're saying Lenny Henry raged the BBC, saying they'd rather have a dog play Doctor Who than a black actor. And the problem is, there's a quote down here that kind of disturbed me about saying that there are no blacks in Doctor Who. I'm like, what? It's like, wait a minute. Now I see I got to go find it again. But basically saying that, there were no blacks in Doctor Who. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Henry told London's Colourful Radio TV, quote, why have we never had a black Doctor Who? They would rather have a dog do Doctor Who than black. There's no black people in Doctor Who. Have I been hallucinating, or did we forget, Nikki, Mickey, Ricky? Did we forget Noel Clark? Did we forget Freeman Agyeman? Did we forget, what do you call it? The guy who played Danny Pink? Did we forget that the oldest surviving actor in Doctor Who right now is 102 plus years old, Earl Cameron, who played an astronaut in the 10th Planet? You see what I mean? So if this did actually happen, I don't know if it did, but the Mirror's reporting on it, so I don't know. I didn't watch the actual footage of it, if there is any. But the thing is this. I've been telling you folks, I'm predicting that if and when Jodie does regenerate, which we know is not going to be until after the next series, Series 13 probably, that it would probably be an actor of a different ethnic background. They'll go back to male, but it won't be your typical Caucasian white dude. I think they'll go back. They'll do a different race or type, and that way we can open the window a bit more on how many variations we can have of the Doctor. At least that's my theory on it. That's what I think is going to happen. Whether it be Latino, Asian, black, or whatever, I don't think it's going to be another Caucasian. All right, but I guess I really hope that this is not true about Lenny Henry actually saying this. I don't know. I didn't watch the program, but come on, there's been no black people in Doctor Who. Seriously, Lenny, not to be disrespectful, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. All right, so folks, I'm getting on out of here. So please take care of yourselves and each other. Have a great week. I'll see you on the flip side. If there's anything more going on out there, I'll let you know. If I hear anything weird, you'll definitely get it from me first. So take care. Have a good one. Good night.